guys, it's Gamer Ahmer here. So the other day, I decided to take a trip out to a local video game, toy store, comic book store, all in one, and I actually visited both of their locations. So if you're ever in the Bel Air, Maryland area, or even Parkville, Maryland, you should definitely check this out, as I scored some video games, toys, and some really awesome display items. So let's go ahead and see what I scored. So first of all, this actually kind of came to me. So I was at the thrift store the other day and I saw this really cool t-shirt of the actual store that I decided to visit. So I just thought that it was fate, that I had to take a trip out, and I knew that I was going to find some great items. So as I collect some vintage toys, some store displays, some video games, and I am on this whole Super Nintendo journey, I thought that I would go there and see if I could find any Super Nintendo games or even anything that I could potentially have on display in my collection. And it did not disappoint, so I cannot wait to share this with you guys. So before we get into a couple little things, if you guys are ever in Bel Air or Parkville, they do have two different locations, and we'll just jump into their massive, huge location. So this one is actually going through a remodel, so they're adding so much cool stuff there, and they do have a section in the back where they have tons of video games. I actually saw tons of cartridge-based games, and I even saw a rare video game system that I just really don't see games for, so I had to pick up the game that I saw. So, as I'm walking around looking at video games, of course I'm getting distracted by toys, displays, some really cool items, as they just have so much for Transformers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Simpsons. They have all these Super 7 figures, they have new lines of these figures, they have vintage lines, they have Legos, they had so much stuff there. And the comic books, they have an entire selection of newer, older, a mix of these graphic novels. They just have so much stuff here, and I'm sure that all of this footage that you're going to see will definitely blow you away. So at that location, I decided to go for my Super Nintendo journey, as I'm trying to go for a full set, and right away I stumbled upon these games. They were pretty inexpensive, and we left off with $345, so adding these two, we have PGA Tour 96. So this game is another golf title. This is one that I did not have. Now, I actually enjoyed one of the other golfing games that I recently picked up, but this one, I don't really know, because there's just so many different sports titles on the Super Nintendo, and it really kind of depends on which ones you were specifically nostalgic for, as I didn't really play golf back in the day. I kind of played it in the later years, so this is one that I'm not really too familiar with, but I'm sure that someone might enjoy it. And then this one actually looked pretty cool. So here we have this racing title, we have Road Riot, and this is 4-wheel drive. So this one actually looked pretty interesting. Now I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It was a pretty inexpensive game, as both of these were, but these are just two more games that I can go ahead and cross off my list. And this is one that I think I might have actually played maybe a long time ago, so I'll have to wait and see if it's it. But this goes ahead and brings our total to 347 out of the 721 that I need. And that was not all. So as I was actually there, I saw a Neo Geo CD game. It is just so difficult to find some of these, games and different systems in my area. But I had to pick up this fighting game. So here we have this World Heroes Perfect. This is the Ultimate Heroes. So this one actually looks pretty fun. What do you guys think about this particular fighting game? I don't think I've actually played it before, but it looks pretty cool. This was another kind of inexpensive game as well. So I'm definitely thrilled, as everything looks to be pretty clean. Everything looks to be in great shape. So I'll have to get some gameplay of this and test it out. See if this is one of those awesome, fun Neo Geo fighting games that I just love playing. And I don't really play the Neo Geo CD very much at all, so I'm very happy to add this game. And then, of course, that is not all. They have tons of, turtle stuff, and I just went crazy. So, I saw some really cool items, and I just had to pick them up. Now, I wanted to get so much more, as they have, like, complete figures, they have carded figures, they have all of these different accessories that you can kind of sort through in different bins. They have, like, newer, like, pop culture stuff kind of, like, mixed in as well. All of these different toy lines, like Star Wars, literally anything and everything. But this right here I was pretty excited about, because this is going to make a really cool, like, little turtle display. So this is a kid's puzzle for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Right here, this is the Rose Art brand. So I just remember this stuff from back in the day. Ages 3 to 5, firmly press tabs on the back of the puzzle to lift pieces. So this right here is really cool. I just love this whole entire scene here. We just have this whole skateboarding action. Of course, you have Raphael, who's right here. Then you have Leonardo. So this is actually really cool. It doesn't have all of them, but right here it says Mutant Lane and Ninja Road. So I thought that this would make a really cool little display. And I got carried away, but before we show that one off, we'll talk about the next stop that I went to. And that was their Bel Air location. They just freshly went through this remodel. They have some really cool, like, statues and stuff in the front window. I love that life-size Batman, statue that I saw. They have tons of comic books. Everything looks very well, clean and organized and, like, laid out. And some of the places that just have so much overstock, I actually enjoy those places too, because you get to, like, sort through literally anything and everything, and you might find so much cool stuff. But while I was there, I actually saw this Homer Simpson bank. So this one is actually really cool. We have this neat little, like, donut on here, just this classic Homer Simpson, look. And then, of course, there is a little coin slot on the bottom here. Is actually pretty neat, but I had to pick this up for, like, a cool little, like, shelf display piece. So this one was definitely pretty awesome to find, and it goes to my, never-ending Simpsons collection as well. And then this Sega title. I had to pick this one up. I was just talking about this with someone. Decap Attack. So this is actually a really fun game. So this is, like, your typical, like, 2D platforming style game, but it has these, like, wacky characters, and it has this, like, crazy sense of humor. So they're always talking about, like, losing your head and all this stuff. So you have this mummy here, and you pretty much throw your, like, skeleton head at the enemies. And it's just really wacky. They say all these, like, crazy different things. I love the character designs, and I just love the music. Kind of has this, like, horror-ish style feel to it. And it kind of gets you going as you're playing these games. But I just love this, and it says, go ahead, hurl your head. It's okay. You've got another one. Use it to squelch pop-eyed super slugs and lots of other ghouls, goblins, and creepy creations. Your Chuck D. head, and you're beheaded for a bone-chilling adventure. So as you can tell, they're kind of going with this, like, crazy, zany action. And this one's actually a lot of fun. So I'm super excited to try this one out on the Sega Genesis and see how it goes. But this right here is probably the best item that I got. So tucked away in the corner, I actually saw this behind one of the cool arcade machines that they have. This is an actual movie theater poster for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I was pretty excited to find this original store display, this, like, whole movie poster that would have been displayed at the movie theaters. And this right here is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. So it's already in this frame, but I'll probably have to swap it out so that I can go ahead and, like, clean it up, flatten it out just a little bit more. But for just a few dollars, I mean, you really can't beat this. So this was definitely an amazing score. So overall, I definitely recommend going out to Collector's Corner, as they just have so much cool stuff. I just love going through all of the different toys, the little bins that they have, seeing, like, Marvel, Batman, all of these different comics. It was really cool to find some for, like, The Simpsons and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Just so many different ones that I saw while I was there. And they even had Super Nintendo games, so I can add a couple more to my set that I'm trying to complete. I love the turtle stuff, even that awesome movie theater display poster. I just can't believe that I scored some really cool items there, all for reasonable prices, and they constantly have sales. So I think some of this stuff was actually, like, 20% off or something like that, as they do offer tons of sales and, like, these different point systems and everything else. So if you guys are ever in the area, make sure you check out both of those locations. as it's really a great time, and you never know what you might find. You might walk away with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie poster. So let me know what your favorite item was in this whole entire collection pickup. Did you like how I found some more Super Nintendo games, the Genesis game, some of the Simpsons, Turtles? Just let me know in the comments below, and of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out my other videos, and stay tuned for more.